Each person will feel that whatever they are saying is important.
Good, yeah. Then what is the advantage of being in a small circle rather than a big circle?
A sense of being connected.
Good, then. Suppose you have 300 people and you have a meeting for about an hour. What would happen if this is in a small circle?
Everyone gets their opinion.
That's opinion one, and everybody gets a chance to speak if it is a small circle. And if it's 300 people in a circle, then only few people will get the chance to speak. And when they don't get the chance to speak, they don't have a chance to articulate and grow in confidence and become leaders. They don't have. So here everybody can talk and everybody gets his time and opportunity and everybody can become a leader. That's the idea. So first principle in small circle, in the children's parliament, sit in a circle, everybody is equally important. And secondly, let the circles be small. So small that everybody can sit in one circle and talk without a microphone. And that gives a lot of opportunity to a lot more people than big circles. One, yeah. Then when this another thing that we have a speciality of children's parliaments, we make everybody a minister. We don't leave anybody without a portfolio. In children's parliament, every child is given a role. Could anybody say what could be the advantage of making every child a minister?
Every child has something to stick on. They're not just talking randomly.
Okay, good. Great. Then
Everyone's charge is being taken care of, like, being looked at.
good, good. Then next.
What?
See, suppose a child is made an environment minister. And then next time around he comes for the meeting and he has to say something sensible about environment because he's a minister. So if he has to speak something sensible, what would he do? Would he or she do?
He would maybe write a script. He or she would write a script.
Okay, good. Then anybody else?
Be more aware about
Good.
his responsibility.
Sure. Then. And for that, what will he do?
They will always come with an agenda.
Agenda one. Then
Learn more.
learn more. Good. Yeah. Learn more.
He would think more. He would think more.
Hello. Yes.
He would think more.
Think more. Very good. And he learns more, thinks more. He reads more about it. And he collects, data regarding the topic. And he consults others on what are the issues and what he could talk about and so on. Through all this process, what happens to the child?
Growth.
Growth, okay.
Much more
And
responsible.
responsible, good. He becomes more informed and more articulate. And then when he comes next time, he speaks a good idea and people discuss about it. They take it seriously. and make a decision and do something about it, how would he feel? Everybody appreciates, then how would he feel?
Confident.
Confident, he's encouraged. So that's the one. And this, appreciation is a very important factor in this. So people bring issues, and they talk about the situations around, and they discuss about it. And then they make decisions on them, and then implement them. And when they implement them, they are good, begin a good team spirit. And then when they get appreciated, they develop a taste for doing good for others. Their confidence grows and they become leaders. So this more or less simply the process of children's parliaments. And we start this children's parliament, we call them inclusive neighborhood children's parliaments. Inclusive neighborhood children's parliaments. Inclusive means, we don't leave any child out. And neighborhood means, we focus on a neighborhood rather than about the whole nation. We start first from your neighborhood. What's the idea of starting from your neighborhood? Even when we go to school, we don't go say class 1 parliament, class 2 second parliament. We don't go like that. We say children coming from this area, one parliament, this area, another parliament. So the neighborhood territorial focus. What could be the advantages of that?
They know the needs of the neighborhood well.
Better, good, fine. Then
Nobody's left out.
nobody's left out. Good. Next.
Since they grow
Like
together,
Yeah.
since they grow together, the understanding would be better and deeper.
Okay, good. Then they have real.
they can also. Sorry.
Okay. Go on.
So they can also later, if they feel more issues and they want to talk more, they can actually come together and talk because they're all in the same neighborhood.
Good, very good. Then see, when they are focusing on a small neighborhood, they have real concrete people and issues to discuss about rather than talking in the air. So which they will say, okay, there is an old lady here. She doesn't have a house to stay. Nobody is looking after her. So what shall we do about it? So the real concrete persons and situations to respond to. And this is small sized challenges. By facing small sized challenges, they grow the ability to grow gradually to meet bigger and bigger challenges. Okay. So this more or less the idea of children's parliaments. And they meet normally once a week. And they discuss about, they ask everybody, what is happening around us? Any issue that you know to observe? And people come with various issues. And then that, when sees such a lot of things happening around us, but we don't observe. It doesn't strike us. But here in a group, we think together. I observe one thing, another fellow observes another thing, third fellow observes another thing. When everything put together, my awareness level grows. And then next, what happens? We take one issue. And when we discuss about the issue. And in discussion, now we try to see, we have the sociocratic round. We don't allow people to dominate. We say, okay, this is one issue. What do you think about it? One child we ask. Next, in the round, we ask every child, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? What do you think about it? This we call problem clarification round. So if you have nothing to say, you can say pass. So the problem, the issue becomes clear. How do you understand this problem? How do you understand this problem? Then the next one, what could be the solution? Again, it comes in around 1 point at a time, so that every child gets a chance. Then they agree on what they could do together. And that could be a thing that they could do individually or as a group. And next week they evaluate. So this process goes on. And then you are hearing about the children's parliaments for first time, or anybody has already talked to you? Anybody has conducted already a session on this? No.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I know about parliaments, but not about children parliaments.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
been a member of youth parliament when I was studying in my college.
Yeah. And how often was it meeting?
It's not like a prolonged meeting. Yeah, so it's like more of like inter-college meet, where
Okay.
students from all college gather together and take responsibilities, share the
Okay.
point.
Okay. How? Once in 3 months or once in a year?
Once in my degree.
Okay. So those things we say only as a kind of, mock parliaments, like not real parliaments. Here we say we don't believe in those mock parliaments, those drills and so on. We say we don't believe in. Here is real parliament. Children coming together, meeting every week, at least for about an hour, and they respond to real issues and they take charge and they do something about it. And so this is not mock parliament. This is not just a show. It is real parliament. So this is difference. This is the difference. Okay. So here we insist that children meet at least once a week for about an hour. Without that process, there is no effect. It is more because of more show. And here, see, another your type of parliament, once the meeting is over, you are not anymore a minister. But here in our parliament, even if the meeting is not taking place, even outside the meeting, you are a minister. You are responsible. So that's the one, your responsibility continues. And you work, you behave and live as ministers, responsible persons. Okay. Then why do we call this a parliament? Anybody has an idea?
Structure is there, or a set of rules are there.
Okay. We just, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we discuss about social issues
Okay, good.
and try to find solutions for it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now we say this is an initiation, a hands-on initiation, practice-based initiation to citizenship involvement. So we train people for various things, but we don't have no practical training for citizenship. And this is done well, since it's within just 1 hour, I don't go into details. We just say parliament comes from the word parlare. Parlare means to talk in Latin languages, Latin family languages, means to talk. So parliament is only a talking forum. So we say we are all citizens. Citizens means co-kings. We are to take rule, that means take responsibility. And then when you have to take responsibility together, we must come and talk somewhere. We must have our say. So we have a forum. We call this talking forum parliament. So that's the idea of having a parliament. And then I normally, when it is children, I ask with a question. I start with a question. I think I can ask everybody here. One by one, shall I ask? Okay. In a round like. And the question is, what kind of a world would you want to live in while you grow up? What kind of a world would you want to live in while you grow up? I ask children. I tell them, we are old people, our time is gone, and you have a long life ahead. You are going to live, and the world where you live must be a happy one. Must be, what kind of a world would you want to live in? We ask. Now, anybody would like to answer? One word answers only. What kind of a world would you want to live in? And only one point at a time. That's the circle. Okay.
Peaceful.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Some responses are in chat.
Chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe I can.
Yeah, just read out the ones in the chat form. Okay.
Futuristic and high use of technology.
Okay,
peace
good.
and care.
Okay.
Farming.
Okay. I
wish
just
to
asked.
live in a world surrounded by
Anything else?
nature,
Yeah.
rivers
Yeah.
flowing. Yes, birds chirping. So I wish to live in such a place.
Green and more oxygen and more techy environment from Pranav.
Okay, good. Mm.
I want to live in a silent world.
Okay, good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
Maybe enriching for everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
I want less factories producing so much pollution.
Good. So I simply asked them, would you like to have a happy world or a sad world? And children would say, no, happy world. And then I asked them, would you want to have a peaceful world or a fighting world? That would say this peaceful world. Would you want to have a world of equality or inequality? Oh, equality, they say, okay. And then we asked them, do you want to have an exploiting world or a kind of proactive world? They say proactive, okay, collaborative. And then we asked, do you want a world of corruption or a world of fairness? A world without corruption. Then I asked them, okay, we all want that. And who will bring that about? Then I tell them a story. The story is simple. In a village, they wanted to make payasam. Just, I have a slight problem here because today my laptop somehow is not getting the link properly. So I am using my cell phone first time for a meeting. So I'm a little stuck technically. So I'm just looking for the page where you have, where your photos and so on there, no? That, let me try once again, just. Okay, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, Edwin, we can hear you.
Okay. Now I got it again. Fine, yeah. So then it's, in a village, they said we will all make payasam and have a big celebration. They said everybody bring one kettle of milk. And they put a big vessel there on a raised platform. And everybody can come and pour one kettle of milk. So I say one person thought, oh, well, everybody is going to pour milk, so I will pour water. And the next fellow also thought, and at the end, everybody poured water and there was only water left and no payasam. So if you think that let others do it, nothing may happen. Then I asked them a question. Suppose we don't build a happy world and the world is unhappy. What will be the punishment? The punishment is that we will live in an unhappy world. So I asked them, would you want to live in an unhappy world or happy world? So do something about it. And you'll have to start doing now, I say. And then they say, okay, we are all ready. Then take responsibility, take some roles and work together. So for that, we have this children's parliaments. And in this children's parliaments, children achieve a lot. They bring in new roads, new bus stops, and new facilities in the schools. And in one place, they brought even a new bridge. So children were going to school and they found that some children were asked to stand outside the classroom for a few consecutive days. And the children parliament discussed about it. Why are they standing outside like that? Punished for what? Because they come late to the class. Why do they come late? They come late because during the rainy season, the water gets accumulated. They can, without adult help, they cannot cross and come. And then they said, this is not children's problem. Why should they be punished for no fault of theirs? And then they said, then what could be the solution? The solution, they said, could only be a bridge. So we cannot build a bridge by ourselves. So what do? Then we said, we will approach the panchayat. They wrote a memorandum, went as a group, and then presented the memorandum. They said, we want a bridge. And they were telling me, initially they didn't take us very seriously. They were only laughing at us. But we persisted. They kept persisting. And later the panchayat sent a project to the state government and had some 56 lakhs rupees also sanctioned. And the children went gloriously supervising it as it is their project like. So it's in another Andamans. It was a hilltop area and no basic facilities, no good water, no electricity, no roads, no schools, no hospitals, nothing. For everything, they love to walk long distances. And there the children's parliament met together. They said, this is not the way we should be living. So what we do? Then they wrote a big memorandum to the top officer there. They called lieutenant or something like that. And these people had their own rubber stamps, their own stationery letter pad. They put the minister's names all printed. And this letter reaches that officer. He is surprised and he's very happy, taken aback. And he says, he calls others. Is it true that they don't have these facilities? They said, yes. He said, do something immediately on war footing. And because children take that much initiative, we'll have to respect that. And people come there, no time, offices, and one by one, everything got solved. And the people there said, we have to salute our children because we tried for so many years, we did not succeed. Now our children took the initiative and they succeeded. So that's the one. So like this, there are such a lot of success stories. And we have one girl, now she's 23-year-old woman. Okay. And then visually challenged woman. And she started joining the children's parliaments while she was 12 years old or so. And the very next year, she's joined in a school. Then she came to the state parliament meeting. And the next year, she was elected state child prime minister of Tamil Nadu Pondicherry State Parliament of Children. And they have very good sociocratic method of electing leaders. And the sociocratic process, she was elected leader. That very year, she went to United Nations. And there, she was to address only a small meeting. She and another boy, a former prime minister, they had supposed to address only a small meeting there. But that I told them that week was Women's Week, March 8th. I told them, go around and there are so many meetings take place and go there. And if you want to talk something, you talk. Then I gave them a kind of technique how to talk. You appreciate what they say and tell them we appreciate that, and tell them what they try to do can be done effectively through children's parliaments, and give an example and narrate a story, and then tell them, finish that way. Okay. And then this girl, when that was happened to be March 8th meeting, United Nations for observing Women's Day. The theme that year was zero violence against women and girls. And she went along with her mother just to observe and participate in the meeting. And all the big wigs of United Nations were on the dais, and they finished their talks. Then the moderator said, anybody from the audience would like to talk? It's a big meeting. And this girl put her hand up. She was only 13. And then she got the permission to talk, but she could not go to the mic because, she had to be helped. So somebody helped her to reach the microphone. And then she started speaking. I am Swarna Lakshmi, 13 years old. I come from India. And India, I am the child prime minister of the state parliament of Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. And we have very many children's parliaments in India. There we take up this issue of zero violence against women and girls. So for example, we have a girl called Jaatre in Theni district. She is only 15 years old. Her parents arranged a marriage for her against her wish. She wanted to study, but they compelled her to get married. Even the engagement was over. But we took up the issue. And we said it's violence, the violation of rights. So we intervened and the marriage was stopped. And so you also start children's parliaments in your places, and we will end this violence against women and girls. Okay. So she got the biggest applause that day. And then that video is still running, available at the UN Web TV. And then the boy, another boy who, the previous prime minister, he was in another meeting, he was addressing. And after this Swarnalakshmi talked, he said, I cannot talk as fluently and fast as Swarnalakshmi because she's from English medium school. I come from a poor background, Tamil medium. But still, you can ask any questions after my talk. I will answer. I will take some time, but I will answer. Then she gave the talk. Then people asked, where is this? An international audience, including diplomats and others, youngsters, diplomats, and various types of people. And they asked various questions, and he would answer. In between, he will just wait and look for the right word. And the audience would wait, with respect. But he come along with the sharp answers. And they are just wondering, how come at this age you have such a lot of clarity, sharpness, and awareness with regard to various social and other issues? Then he said, see, I started in my street, in my village, neighborhood parliaments. Then we were elected to the Panchayat Parliament. And then from Panchayat, then we were elected to the block parliament, district parliament. Then we came to the state parliament. There I became eventually prime minister. But in all these levels, we discuss about various issues. And by discussing, we became more aware, more articulate, more sharpened with regard to clarity like. So that's the process. And we give them, as children grow, wider and wider forums. So neighborhood forums are federated at the ward level at the local governance level, which is panchayat, then at next level, mandal or block level, then district like this. We try to federate them up to the world. So we have now provisional World Parliament of Children. We call it provisional because real parliament comes when at every level you elect and it becomes fully representative. So this is more provisional and promotional. And this lady, this girl whom I mentioned, Sonal, she is the organizer now. And this girl was asked while she went for first time. She went a few times to United Nations. When she went the first time, the media people asked, what would be your ambition in life? She said, first an IAS officer, that's only first level. Ultimately, I will be in the United Nations Secretary General. And then afterwards, after finishing her studies, she studied political science. Then she bachelor in political science. Then she went to London for a course in international relations. And then now she is doing IAS or some exam, studying. And along the process, she is organizing the entire world by the convener for this provisional World Parliament of Children. She will eventually end up in the United Nations. Definitely. It's not a difficult thing for her to enter. And maybe provisionally, who knows, you might end up also as the gender. I tell her, it's not the position, but the role. So position, you might.
Edwin, you are on mute.
You have to unmute. You're on mute. We can't hear you right now.
Yeah, now you're on unmute.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody's talking? Yeah. You have meant Rega, could you show some of those pictures? The
pictures in the book?
book, yeah.
Okay, I'll share screen.
Just have some idea.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
The last few pages one, right?
Yeah. Last page, you have a diagram. See.
Okay.
Hello, Neighbourocracy. The last page, you have a diagram on the top. Concentric circles.
Yeah. Yeah. I have some issue with the privacy problem. Let me see.
So we start the children's parliaments, both in residential areas and in schools. And in schools, we ask for just 1 hour a week. And there are schools with as many as 35 children's parliaments functioning at the same time. For example, one school in Tuticorin. Yeah.
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the various levels of children's parliaments. Could you take the previous page? You will find some photos. Yeah. These are all children photos from various countries, children's parliaments. You could go to the first page, front cover, and behind after the first front cover. Okay. You go to the cover page, front cover.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a minute. I'm not.
Very difficult to take. Okay, don't worry.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, you can see the numbers. You can read
I'm using a new laptop, so I'm finding it a little difficult. This one?
Yeah, you see the picture in the middle.
Yeah, the circle.
That's in a school.
Yeah.
Different neighborhoods.
Yeah. So they are there as neighborhood parliaments. Children coming from one particular neighborhood, they come and meet in that circle. Simultaneously, so many parliaments take place. Okay. I think that there I end my presentation as such. Now you can ask your. I will put like this. Initially, before 5 minutes or so, for any clarification. Anybody has any questions to ask?
So like what made you start this child parliament thingy? Like, is it because you just thought that children have a lot of fire in them and they can do stuff? Or like, how did you come up with it?
Two things. One, while I was a child, I was doing such things myself. That was at the back of my mind. Then later on, I got to know the importance of small size neighborhood based organization of people, and which are federated at various levels. I thought that could be a big force. Then I gradually developed a kind of a new political system that's supposed to be a little bit improvement over democracy. We call it neighbourocracy. What we are trying to do with children, that's for the grown-ups. And then when we started doing, an opportunity came to start such programs for children too. and UNICEF also showed a lot of interest. So we started working. But now the children's parliaments are more known than the grown-ups parliaments. Okay, good. Thank you. Next question. Anything?
So, sir, is there any particular structure to this? Like, while children can have a parliament, but when they are presenting a case to say some authority, there has to be some format or some kind of a method of doing it. So, who assists them in that?
You see, at the base, we ask for volunteer animators. And we try to give training programs to such animators. Trainings can be online or offline. And then we link these parliaments at various levels. And at every level, we have supportive structures to just back them. You see, we just tell them they are only to support, not to run ahead. And I mean, it's like this, we tell them it is animator's role. Is like that of that someone who coaches for riding a bicycle. He is not supposed to be sitting and riding. The riding should be done by the one who is being coached. This fellow stands from behind and tries to support, to see that there's no danger like that, encourage like that. So that's the role. It is supposed to be child-led process, but adults have to be supporters. Just helping them, that's all. So we don't like a structure where children are treated and like an adult, like a teacher comes and conducts a class. No, we say children are the ones leading this process. You are just helping them a bit. And that's with the training programs that are available online or in person. When we come to the places also and conduct one. And then the very, federal structure gives them some kind of respect and acceptance by others, even when they go to government authorities. They say we are ministers coming from this parliament. People take it seriously. So that kind of thing is there. And we have an office in Hyderabad where books, handbooks and so on are available. We have a website, not just one, a few. One is childrenparliament.in, childrenparliament.in. Another one, ncnworld.org. I mentioned these two primarily. And there you will get more details, reading materials. Any other question?
How widespread is this, Edwin? In which all states is the children's parliament?
You see, in Kerala, they went in a big way.
Okay.
They call Bala Sabhas. This is a government initiative program like. And there, at one stage, they claimed 60 units, 60,000 units. And then later, after population, child population came down, they said 37,000 or something like that. Elsewhere, it's more voluntary effort. And so at various levels. So it is, I think it must be in almost all the states in India. It goes more as a movement. So we are not able to keep track. And internationally in various countries also now it's growing.
Leela has asked a question. Children's words or thoughts are not considered in general, especially in low income background. But then how the parliament works and how they pass any process?
You know, but when they are left alone, they don't take them seriously. When children are organized, they have a say. And they were able to correct these adult attitudes in very, very places. They take children seriously now. Okay, now we'll have a closing round. One word or one sentence about this session. Everybody takes turns.
Awesome and interesting thought that the world must have.
Hello? Yeah. Good. One by one sentence by everyone on what this session was like, how it helped, what could have been better, anything like that.
For me, the story of how small groups can make huge changes. That was my takeaway.
Good. Next. Who else comes next?
Most powerful parliament, I think.
Good. Next.
Age doesn't matter to do one's responsibility.
Good. Yeah, right. Who comes next?
Empowering.
Very good. Yeah. Who comes next? After I talked 1 hour, you must talk at least one sentence. Okay.
Leela aunty has said curious
Hello?
one in community. Leela aunty chat has said curious to create one in community.
Great. Yeah.
I got awareness about the execution part, how a child at parliament can do something purposeful to the environment in which they live.
Good. Yeah. Who comes next? We normally have this closing round. We
It
asked
reminds
them,
me of
no?
that song.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir. It reminds me of that song, Ek Chidiya, Anek Chidiya. So the children are like that one chidiya and then Anek Chidiya.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember Doordarshan song.
Good. Yeah. Pranav, what he said was not very clear.
Sir, I was saying it reminded me of the song Ek Chidiya, Anek Chidiya.
Okay,
There is
great.
a song in, yeah.
Good. Very good. Yeah. Great.
No, I like this idea of small groups.
Okay, good. That's Sakila. Okay, yeah. Sakya, is it? Sakila.
Sakila.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I feel like more awareness can be brought with respect to child parliament. I
Okay,
was
good.
unaware. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Pranav has shared power of unity and collaboration.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. So we shall close now. It's that time, I think.
Yeah, it's almost 10:59, another 1 minute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edwin. Thanks a lot for this enriching session on this workings of Children's Parliament.
Bye-bye.
It was nice to
No.
know, it was nice to hear about the success stories and how it can impact the bigger social problems in the community.
Good. So those who are interested in continuing this involvement could send me their emails or WhatsApp number or something. Then we could link them to various groups that try to promote this. And that is this kind of mutual support and encouragement. And where is your organization based?
We are based out of the campus is in Kelamangalam, near Kelamangalam, but we are spread all over the country.
Yeah, that's very good because we are trying to have provisional parliaments for the grown-ups to support this process. So we could, if you send me your link addresses, I could link you to the various state level groups and you could be in touch with them and get their support.
So send where? Send where?
You could send to Rekha and Rekha could give it to me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. So in each state, if you are just giving a helping hand and join with others who give a helping hand, the movement will grow. So thank you for this opportunity to meet you and talk to you. Wish more power to you. Good.
Thank you, Edwin.
Thank you.
All the best. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah.